Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1971-74 Carryover League. We are in our Thursday night card set analysis. We have the 1972 box here, and they're actually stored in plastic bags. And we're going to take a look tonight at about a quarter of the league. We'll go through the American League East and the American League North, each of the teams, 4 keepers, and see if they're going to keep anybody from this particular year of 1972. Starting in the East at the top here with Baltimore. Their 4 keepers are Blair, Palmer, Boog Powell, and Brooks Robinson. So we're going to take a look. Their wavered player, by the way, is another Roy Foster card. We saw he had a good one in 71 as well. And Gail Hopkins, not so much on him on waivers. But those 4 keepers. So here's Blair. Great defense, of course. But he's hitting 233. Jim Palmer. Nice card. We didn't like a 71 card because of too many walks against lefties. This is better. That's an out, and only a walk on 5 there. This is the much better card. And you'll find that in 72, Baltimore did not win anything, but some of their starters pitched better. We tried this with a Cuellar last year, bringing his 72 card in. Palmer still winning 21 games. I like this card. I think we go with this one, at least over 71. Boog Powell. Plenty of power still a full-time player, and 520 plate appearances, 21 home runs. Pretty similar year to 71 and 72, your choice. Brooks Robinson's this year is not as good as 71. The power is down to just 8 home runs, and the batting average is down 250. So I don't like that card either. Palmer's card is the best card of the lot here. That would be the first choice in this selection. We like Jim Palmer. So we'll go to the 72 box and look now at Boston. The Red Sox, Abernathy, acquired in a trade, Tommy Harper, Petrocelli, and Yastrzemski. None of the waiver guys are around. So here's those 4. Abernathy's going to help in the bullpen, and this could be the year. I think he's got a couple nice years with Kansas City or the Cubs. Oh, this is an excellent year. Oh, that's definitely nice material there. 72 Abernathy. Got to put that one up there. And then Tommy Harper. This one's okay. Ace Steeler. Can play both ways. He doesn't have all that extra versatility in the infield and the outfield, though. Petrocelli, his batting average is actually dipping 4 straight years. From a 69 year, now it's 72, 4 years later, and he's down to a 240 hitter and under 20 homers. And Yaz, I'm not a crazy about this card either. 264 with just 12 home runs. Have to think he could do better. But the import, the guy who actually wasn't a Red Sox, might be the best player there for Boston. All right, next up, the Yankees in the East. The Yankee are Maddox, McDaniel, Peterson, and Roy White. There we go. The waiver guys. They waived Michael. Now, they waived Michael because they had no room for him, but there's a reasonable chance that they will be the team to reclaim him as a 233 hitter. Same with Pittsburgh shortstop, Gene Alley. They're both out there just because they're weak hitting shortstops. So, if somebody wants to pluck Michael off of waivers, I don't think the Yankees are going to be too terribly upset. They welcome him back, though, if he's available. So, Elliot Maddox, we know, heard earlier that his 74 card is the one to get. Now, Fritz Peterson, is he still with the Yankees here or Cleveland? He's still there. In a full season with a 3.24 ERA. That's a nice year for him. Like it. Like that card, starter 7. Lindy McDaniel. His 71 year was a real bad one. He comes back with a nice year here. And then Roy White. He also has a nice 71. This 72. He still has the 2, bad arm, but good stealing, good walks. 270. They have their choice. Of these 4, I like McDaniel the best, particularly after a bad 71 for McDaniel. So in a spreadsheet I have up, I am while I'm doing this, I'm highlighting the best card in the season, in the year. Now Toronto. Always interesting to see what an expansion team would do when they didn't exist. And Toronto, this is the team the Mets always want to trade with. The Mets trade with Toronto a lot because they realize that their players won't come back and haunt them. And they hope they can beat up some of those American League East teams. Torborg is on waivers. Again, just like the last year, hit 203, now he's hitting 209. And he hits better against righties against lefties. Depends what his throwing arm is, really. A.G. Cheney, Clendenon, Klimkowski. I think Klimkowski's gone. He's not available anymore. A.G. is taking a step down. He's also not. He's a 3 in center now, so you definitely went to 71. That's a nice Cheney card. Look at this. 3 everywhere. They gave him power. Switch hitting with power. I like that. Like the walks. That single 1 at 12 and a walk there. 250 card, but you use it as in a platoon. It's a nice card. Here's Clendenon. Definitely better than 71. So of all these, I really like the Cheney card the best. I'll highlight that one. You know, I mean, again, it doesn't have to be. I know you're saying, you know, Darryl Cheney, he's not really that great, but it doesn't mean he's going to be the first of the 4 years. But in this particular year, he might be. A lot of times, the rookie year, 74 in this case, would be the first selection. So now we're going to go to the American League North, starting with the Expos. Let's see what they. Bob Bailey, John Bateman, Kenny Singleton, Rusty Staub. First, they're waivered guys. Oh, these are not the waivered guys. These are actually keepers for these guys. Here they are. Here's Bailey, Bateman, Singleton, and Staub. Oh, except they still have Bootstay and Ranko too. I forgot. Okay. So it's Bob Bailey had a great 1970. 71 was kind of ordinary. And this was also not the particularly great year. Bateman. He has a full season as a catcher in 71. Now he's starting to play less. We like Singleton in 73. That's his big year with the Expos. And is Staub still with... Now he's on the Mets. You could see he does very well with his first season with the Mets. Pretty similar to what he would do, but the plate appearances aren't there. I think they're going to take the 71 Staub, the 73 Singleton, and in this particular box, I'm not really crazy about any of these Expos, to be honest with you. So they might just go free agent route. Find guys that have been put on waivers. We saw, for instance, Roy Foster. Baltimore's a waivered guy, looked pretty good, so they might take him. All right, next up is Cleveland. Cleveland. Fossey, Leone, Pinson, and Robinson. Plus Larry Brown is on waivers. Against lefties is all right. Not a big deal there. Let's take a look at these guys. There is Mr. Fossey. 70 was incredible. 71 is still good, and now he's starting to get to 241. He's getting kind of like just a catcher, just an ordinary guy here. Eddie Leone, a 2 at second, which is nice. And kind of some nice little power for a second baseman against righties at least. Was an Indian, half a season, but he hit 200. Vada Pinson starting to become a little less. You know, his defense is pretty much the same. He hits righties very nicely. Plus, he can still steal. Against lefties, not so much, but I'd probably make him an everyday player. Yeah, 500 some plate appearances, 275. So I would say Pinson's the best of these. And a Frank Robinson card, where he's probably on the Dodgers. Yeah. Now, we like 71 Frank Robinson when he's still with Baltimore. So, of that lot, I like Mr. Pinson for the Tribe in that assortment. So we're going to highlight that on my spreadsheet while I'm looking at these. A couple more clubs, and that'll do it for the evening here. We're going to go to the Tigers and then the expansion Ohio team. Tigers, oh boy, Freehand, Hiller, K-Line, and Fred Sherman. Nice players. No waiver guys. Freehand, oh boy. Nice. Oh, he really kills lefties here. 71, he's more balanced. If he was a full-time catcher and got majority of his at-bats against righties, he'd have a pretty bad batting average with just 3 hits plus the walks. Probably like a 220 hitter if he played full-time again, you know. But he crushes lefties, which brings the average up. Now, do you want to make him a full-time catcher in 71, or do you want to make a platoon with this card in 72? John Hiller, he's got a great card in this series. It might be this one. I think he's got one even better than this. I want to say 73 or 4. Hiller has a pretty darn good year. And here's the Al Kaline card. This is outstanding for 72. Still got the great defense at 2 different positions. Plenty of power against lefties. Still darn good against righties. Plus he's a B-hit runner. 313 because of the high percentage against lefties. This could be the K-line we take. I'm going to highlight that one. And one more player to look at is going to be Fred Sherman. And we liked his 71 card. But his 72 card, no, not so much. He's 364. An optimistic 364. When you look at the card, you don't like it, though. So, of that, Al Kaline's card, I think, was the best. And lastly, Ohio, expansion team. Dave Cash, Tom Hall, Elrod Hendricks, Roberto Pena. We should get a really good Dave Cash in this era. So if he's just ordinary, you know. So here is Dave Cash and Hall. We don't have Elrod Hendricks and Roberto Pena, so we might have to take their 71 cards. But here's 72 Cash, and this is not good enough. No, I want a 300 hitter. I mean, this is 282. Nothing. That's not bad, of course, but I want him to hit 300 for me. You know, I mean, he'll have to be a star for this expansion team, not just another guy. Tom Hall, man, he had some really nice years. Look at that, relief 4, starter 7. Really great reliever. Single and a 1. Homer 1 to 2. Outstanding. This is the card to take right there. 10 and 1, 124 innings. Did that with a big red machine in 72. Now that's, you know, you just, if you're watching this, you probably watched the World Series with the Reds and the A's. And this guy was not on the Reds, of course. He certainly would have helped a lot. My goodness, this left arm coming out of the pen, because they had all the heavy righties. They had Clay Carroll and Wayne Granger and Pedro Bourboin, but they didn't have a good lefty. This guy would have done the trick. Won the World Series anyway, so. But that's, you know, sometimes this is what you have to do. I mean, all the guys from all the teams, they can't keep them all. So they have to, you know, pick only the ones that are the most important. I'm going to highlight Tom Hall for the Ohio team. I really like that pick. And again, there's a lot more time before the draft. And for all we know, Tom Hall might get traded before the draft. So there's plenty of time to... This is just sort of kind of an early peek. And more peeks you take and more analysis you make, it makes drafting so much easier. So we did 2 divisions in the 1972 box, and we have 3 more videos to make for the remaining teams. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.